Hello, folks. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for coming on my channel and viewing my videos, folks. I hope that a lot of these talk videos has helped everybody. And thanks to everyone that's been subscribing to my channel. And what I want to talk about today, folks, is um, not in a mean way or anything, folks, but I always grew up in church, and I see things going on out here, that's really sad, because there's a lot of people that's searching for something or something somewhere or another, and what it is, folks, is we're all lacking the knowledge of the Bible and what God tells us to do and how to handle things and everything, folks. But I noticed the other day when I went outside to do something, one of the neighbors was up there shooting a gun like they was shooting a machine gun. And you can just tell by how angry people are just by listening to them and watching them, folks. But, if you've been in narcissistic relationships in the past and you know how the pattern works and everything, folks, well, what if you have a narcissistic neighbor that thinks that they're superior and that they control everything? And they want to even try to control your property too, folks, and try to control what you got going on around you and things like that, folks. Well, the way I deal with it, folks, because I know that neighbor's probably wanting supply, is I just ignore them and act like they don't exist and let them be their self, and eventually it works out for me. I don't know how you guys deal with a situation like that, but that's how I do it. And I've noticed that it does work to some degree, because that person that I'm talking about right now, the neighbor, he doesn't do that quite as often as he used to. And because he's been doing that so much, shooting over this way and things like that, um, I think it's to scare my dog. And so I keep her in the house where he can't use her for a target practice. And I just sit back and ignore him, folks. Because 9 chances out of 10, if you retaliate towards that neighbor, he probably hasn't been brought up right or something like that, maybe. And also, he's suffering from narcissism, probably because of the way he grew up or whatever, folks. And see, that's what I mean whenever I say, if children are raised around narcissists and stuff, folks, there's probably a good chance that them children could possibly be narcissists themselves when they grow up. And that's what I mean, folks. And I don't know where my husband got this from or anything, but I think he said that that narcissist had purchased a gun for those children over there. And I think that children have to be a certain age to purchase a gun. But yeah, I think that's illegal, folks. I think they have to be a certain age to purchase a gun. But I just don't pay no attention to him. I don't give him the time of day we do what we want to on our property, and we don't let nobody dictate to us how we do things on our own property. But I've got to thinking about it, folks, because I've been in narcissistic relationships before. Um, I realized that if you, call the police on them and have a bunch of drama going on all the time, that's what the narcissist thrives on. So, because I know all that, folks, I just let it play out on its own and let him be himself or whatever, and let him, if he wants to sit over there and waste money shooting bullets and things like that, folks, that's on him. It doesn't bother me because I know God doesn't want us to sit around and dwell on negativity all the time, and get in on drama with other people, because they haven't been raised up by the Bible and things like that, folks. There's a lot of that goes on today because people don't have the knowledge of the Bible and they don't realize that one of these days God's going to come back and all this stuff that people's doing. I mean, it's like everything goes these days, folks. Everybody's doing things that they ain't supposed to do against the Bible and things like that. And it's going to be a sad day when God does return. Because whether people want to believe it or not, folks, God does exist. And yes, one of these days there is going to be a judgment day. And God is going to judge everybody according to the works that they did while they was on this earth. And the sad part about it is, folks, is if we die in bitterness and things like that, folks, we will be lost. And that's the sad part, is dying with hatred in our hearts and stuff, folks. Because we will be judged for that. And so people are just doing what they want to do anymore, folks. And they don't read their Bible or try to think that maybe there's something that they're missing in their lives. And that's what it is. They're missing God, folks. They're missing a relationship with God where He can teach people to do the right things and keep them out of trouble and make their lives a lot more happier. And everybody's focusing on the wrong things these days. All the love for one another has cooled off for the most part. There's even parents participating in getting rid of their children and things like that, folks. Well, they don't realize it, but a child, when a parent has a child, that's a gift from God, folks. And, that's one thing that we don't realize. And, they take that child for granted and do things that ain't normal. And they don't realize that when they do stuff like that, folks, there's going to be consequences to it, whether it be here or eternity, folks. And we can't sweep the ideal under the rug that God, it does exist and that He is going to come back someday and take care of these situations with all the stuff that goes on nowadays. But the only thing that we can do, folks, is pray for people and hope that maybe they find it in their hearts to change or repent or do something in the way of pleasing God and stuff, folks. and try to see the truth in the Bible and realize that that's what it's all going to come down to one of these days is judgment on all of us. And that's the one that has the right to judge us, folks, is God. No one else here on this earth has the right to judge you or me, because their judgment doesn't mean anything, because people here on earth, folks, we're all walking in the same path together. We're all making a choice. Either we choose the right or the left. The right is whenever you're living right for God and trying to do things that God expects us to do, or the left is punishment, eternal punishment, folks. So there's only two choices that we make in this life. But I'm hoping that people are choosing the right way and choosing love, because that's the only thing in this life, folks, is two choices. You either choose love or you choose hate, folks. And God is all about love, and anything that you see that has anything to do with love or anything, that's God, folks. So, I'm hoping that everybody's being kind to each other and being patient, because one thing that I've noticed also is people doesn't have patience anymore. Because me and my husband were in town yesterday, and they had a two-way stop sign. This one guy was going down this way, and my husband was getting ready to go straight. Well, when my husband got ready to go straight, that guy pulled right out in front of him. And that guy didn't have the right of way, folks, because my husband was there first. And so he thought that he had the right of way, so he was going to go on. And then that guy pulled right out in front of him as if he was in a hurry. And that's what causes a lot of accidents, folks. People shouldn't be that way. But anyway, if you guys have a bad neighbor, let me know about it and let me know what you do. You can leave a reply down in the reply box. And I thought I'd get on here and spend some time with y'all today and see how y'all were doing, whether you were checking out the videos that I sent and everything, folks. Yesterday I went and bought me a bunch of plush rugs to lay down on the floor, because my Pyrenees can't walk on laminated floors. She slides down and hurts herself, and we think Buddy's done it before too. Because laminate's real slick, even if it's not wet. So, we got some plush rugs. And they are so soft, and the dogs just absolutely love them, folks. But I figured that would be a good thing for me and my husband and the dogs, for winter time, where they could be more comfortable and everything. But I hadn't been up too awful long, folks. I was drinking my coffee, and I thought I'd get on here and make a video for you all. And talk about the neighbor and how he probably wasn't raised up by the Bible or anything, and doesn't realize that there is such thing as love out here, and try to study in the Bible about it. Well, I wanted to make a video for y'all, and I hope you guys have a good day and a blessed day too. You got this, folks. You're awesome. Bye-bye.